how it works at a high level.
This matchup's tough, yo. You get hit with one straight hit by Mythra, and then you carried off stage. You're at 50% now, and I have to be able to make it off the ledge. So this is definitely not an easy one for Ness in the slightest. But if you can call out one aggressive approach, then you know what? You have a huge punish ahead of you.
I can't think of a wackier Ness player to do it either. Sen just is so crazy with his movement as well as what options he selects that it really keeps the opponent on their toes quite a bit.
Yep.
And Mythra's disadvantage, not the greatest, honestly. There's a lot of ways Ness can really abuse Mythra on her way back to stage, given how her recovery is kind of sucky a little bit. So I'm going to see how the best Ness punish game is going to be crazy, but I want to see how this Nooch is going to go for DM, because I feel like that's where he's going to be finding the most bang for his buck.
Oh, now Best Ness is knocked off stage. He still has a double jump to his name and uses it just to be able to flank and fights his way back onto the stage. Really, really good stuff from him, but that is a huge opening, and Sen basically gave it to DM on a silver platter.
Whoa, one thing I'm already liking out of DM is that he's switching very liberally between Pyra and Mythra. I feel like that's just where the meta is heading for Aegis at this point. That being said, that iffy roll is going to be caught out by Best Ness, or Sen right there. Sorry about that. He's still Best Ness in my heart.
Happens to best of us. DM going to be fighting his way back on. Now going to be stuck at the ledge for a little bit. Waited for Sen to press his next button and then use it as an opportunity to dash in. That DI looking a little
bad, but I mean, Pyra's back air is a boomstick, and I don't think Sen was really prepared for what direction that was going to send him in. Either way, though, it's all about just getting that one hit for Ness. And same thing for Mythra. Again, it's always Mythra's turn as soon as she starts it. Her advantage state is one of the most wild in this entire game, so you really have to watch out.
Oh, that's a sweet spot, PK Fire. That could be a huge punish. Goes for the grab release instead, maybe pummeling a little bit too much. And now, once again, just keeping himself safe with PK Thunder. Does not matter if DM doesn't get hit by it, because, you know what, it gave Sen an ability to get back on.
No double jump. Ooh, really good rising up B right there from DM to catch that recovery. Still not going to be able to get the sweet spot there right there for that. But I like the ideas he's going for.
That could have been it. That could have been it. That's your biggest opening against Ness. You just have to be brave. You have to go out there, press your big, disjoint, your big sword, because you can and will kill Ness in that position. Just goes for an immediate tomahawk back throw and just chasing him all the way down, but never finds the head hit of the PK Thunder.
I liked it. I love the neutral get up right there, actually, from DM, because it's not an option you see commonly selected by players. Usually players like to roll out of pressure, typically, and Sen was definitely ready for a roll there. Ooh, oh no, that could have been a yo-yo, that could have been a grab, but Sen still making his mark one way or another.
Yeah, that was a great duck, because, Pyra Mythra really exploitable, really linear recoveries.
Oh yeah.
No!
That's a Sen classic. That's a classic, literally. He does that so much. He's actively looking for that.
It's so funny. The 0% forwarder into downer is so good, because the only thing that you can do to actually escape that situation is air dodge, and you're not air dodging because you're going to die. You're just going to die. That was so funny.
Also, there's really not that much inherent risk to Ness. Oh my god, Ness, what? Ness right there, just because Sen isn't fast falling today. He's able to hit it with a Rising Fair, which will put DM in a really compromising spot.
Wow.
Okay, he does fast fall the dare, actually, right there. So, yeah. But Best Ness got a trade right there. He could have made it back to stage if he faded back a little bit. That was definitely good for him. DM kind of getting caught in a weird situation. Also, I have never seen Pyra's up throw until now. I have never seen Pyra's up throw.
Not one that you typically see.
Right?
It's usually
For real.
an F throw, a back throw to get him out of here, but up
so
throw
weird.
is not one that you typically see. So, could be going to small battlefield. I still feel like this is a lovely stage for Ness, and especially to Sen. So if I'm him, I'm kind of popping off right now. Ooh, BK.
I like that. I love that. Not a lot of Nesses go for that. It's kind of risky because if you do trade there, Ness is pretty much cooked at that point. But really, really good on Sen right there to catch the snap right there, because if there's one thing Pyra and Mythra will go for a lot, it's 2 frames. They love 2 framing.
A really good solid, really good fade back from Sen. A lot of Ness players, they like to be really close to the ledge when they do that, but he's still vulnerable to those kinds of attacks. Still going to be getting hit by the final hit of the side B there. And now got to say, DM is just keeping him out, not really letting him play his game. Set up this ledge trap, and Sen is taking so much damage.
Yeah, these blazing edges are really putting the thorn in the side for Best Ness, or Sen right here. Oh my god, I gotta stop. But it's true. It's true. But again, Blazing Edge, such an all-encompassing hitbox, literally bigger than Ness himself. So he has to find his way off the ledge against this giant active hitbox while Pyra is still in roll distance. So that's like a tall order for Sen to fill right there, honestly.
And now DM is doing like a lot of what Ness really struggles in this matchup, which is like, hey, he can't really approach. You can kind of shield camp him. You can abuse your better movement against him, typically speaking. This is Ness's win condition, and Sen is able to get so much damage off of this.
All right, though, back forward throw. Okay, getting that additional damage. Back throw definitely wouldn't have killed there just yet. But I like that. Not really, keeping it very simple, waiting for DM to kind of freak out in front of him. And Sen now kind of evens this game up a little bit. All right, that was unnecessary.
Double jump, beautiful.
That was unnecessary as hell.
Now he's off stage with no double jump. Might die to a down air. DM does indeed mistime it, but...
Oh my God, what an air dodge.
Sen got a little fancy with it.
My boy does tend to get lost in the sauce sometimes, but it always looks good.
Yep.
It always looks good. Oh my God, we're rolling out here. It's tough when you're rolling at that percent in front of Pyra and Mythra. You gotta be thinking something. You gotta be tweaking a little bit because there's so much space Pyra herself can just occupy. She is perfect for standing at roll distance and F tilting because she can catch so many options. The same goes for neutral. You really don't want to be rolling in front of her for no reason.
Sen has just not been able to find like a single one of these tech chases too. He keeps on like fishing through jab blocks, and DM has yet to miss like a single tech. So maybe just like time to go for like those like 1 and 3 leads on what tech option it's going to be instead of fishing through those jab blocks.
Whoa, that was very smooth movement coming out of Sen right there. One nair, yep, that should end things off right there. There is no way DM is going to be making it out right there. That was such good movement for repositioning right there. If there's one thing Sen has done, definitely put in his time with mastering Ness's movement in this game.
Just jumps back a little bit, pressing so many buttons on his way down,
swaggy.
and that one little poke is all that he needed. Now, all of a sudden,
that could have been a stock, literally.
Almost getting it, but just not spacing himself correctly in accordance with the magnet. Goes for another down air. I don't know how Sen is just able to make all these hits connect, but when he presses, boy, he is pressing.
Oh, my.
Oh.
I don't know if that up tilt should have killed her right there, but maybe it should have. Either way, though, Sen finding himself back up in this game. Catches that. That's a sweet spot right there. Going to milk all that damage and keep pummeling while the sweet spot PK Fire is still activated right there. And now one good, well-placed nair at the ledge, honestly, might do it in for DM right here. This is where all of Ness's win conditions really come out right here. And DM is definitely starting to feel the pressure.
Dashing and shielding. Sen is trying to find this opening right now. He just needs basically an up smash, a back throw, a back air, and the back throw is going to be able to do it. Sen finally finds it. He was able just to like bait it out of the PK fire.
DM is brave for that dash grab right there.
Yep.
But Ness is not really a character you tend to dash grab unless you notice that the Ness is playing very shield heavy, which Sen really isn't. Sen is more so using his movement to bail him out of situations and playing more hard neutral. Something that I, as a Ness player, can definitely apply to my own gameplay. So honestly, the way Sen carries this character in terms of movement and repositioning himself constantly, it makes matchups a little bit more bearable. Just because Ness versus swords is not easy. Ness, kind of has to fight his way in most of the time, but can stay to mid-range and use movement to kind of kite approaches in on DM. You make those matchups a lot easier for yourself because that's where it becomes a little bit ambiguous as to whether the Swordy's move is going to connect or not. And we got the Steve coming out.
Honestly, if all else fails.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't think Ness does particularly bad in this matchup. Steve is a little bit easier to hit than Aegis too at certain points as well. The damage is going to be a lot more substantial as we're seeing right here off of one interaction.
50%, yeah. DM was able to get a single straight hit off of an up air and just convert it into so much damage. But now look at his position that he finds himself in. Just, wow, that was so bold. Going up with a neutral, get up into a jab. I mean, that is brave.
There's so many things also that Ness can exploit on Steve as well, depending on how much resources he has. You can preemptively hit minecart. It's pretty recognizable as well, especially if the Ness is staying on Steve.
I like Sen's usage of like PK Thunder to be able to break through and like actually start to like counter zone DM a little bit with it. So love that utilization of the projectile. I like how he uses it in neutral because honestly, you don't see a lot of Nesses do it like he does.
No, for sure. I mean, I've seen him do it against other players too, like if you have a character that's primarily farming for resources or camping with the intent of really just zoning the opponent out, Sen will do that when he's in positions where he knows he won't get hit.
Oh, that movement. And Sen is being so patient with absorbing it. You can't get too antsy with it and just ends up dropping it. You can't tunnel vision. You really just have to fight the Ness urge to absorb every energy projectile that there is. Sometimes you just got to let it happen. You got to let it detonate.
He was honestly, Sen was really good right there though in knowing when DM was threatening, within a threatenable range against him, because he abandoned the magnet plan real quick and just decided to air dodge out as soon as things looked a little grim. That should kill right there. Good enough rage on Ness right there. Steve also not the heaviest boy.
Not at all. Could be getting the foiler, almost gets an up out of it. Right now, DM just needs like one more big hit to be able to get this kill, and somehow Sen just slipping between the hits of the up smash. DM had to read too that he was going to go for the double jump cancel PK fire.
All right, though, we do got the gold pickaxe out, which is going to allow a little bit faster mining right there.
Oh, I like that thunder planking from Best Ness. Drop down B reverse magnet into double jump up B. Nice. But either way, DM is still going to be able to find that stock.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, really good way. Down till, I believe, comes at, what, frame 3 for Ness, I believe? It's a really quick button, and it's really good to just kind of check your opponent into dropping shield a little bit.
You gotta SDI in on that one. If you're getting hit by foiler, you can mash SDI in because of how much hit lag that move has, and you will be able to cross up steep. So that's something that Best Ness could have done to mitigate the amount of damage that he took. He has DM in a nasty position at the ledge, able to find the back heel and shoots him right back out. Wow.
Big trade right there. We do have a diamond on board. Not too much iron, though, and this is going to be Best Ness's chance to push his advantage. I love that conversion right there. Not going to kill just yet.
I believe he might have still been able to convert it into an up smash since DM was a little bit above the ground. Either way, finds a back throw. That time around, it does indeed kill. So this is a pretty huge lead.
And there's really no real incentive for Best Ness or Sen to approach right now, just because of how much, how much of the percent lead is going on. Sure, you've got additional resources on DM right now, but again, it's really up to DM to kind of counter hit because Sen knows this matchup from what I'm seeing right here.
Trying to go for something tricky with like a B reverse magnet to turn himself around. Maybe looking for the back heel in that position. Back throws him, shoots him off stage, gets a PK Thunder, and now that is DM with no anvil, no minecart. He can't land.
No blocks, no nothing, no paper.
You stack no paper.
Stack no paper.
Get no blocks.
Get no blocks. No diamonds.
Oh, jeez.
And this is kind of where Steve kind of bites himself, because without resources, Steve is just kind of a below-average character with his stubby hitboxes and slow mobility. DM is just swinging for the fences right now to try and catch Best Ness, but these PK fires have been mitigating so much of the mid-range neutral for Best Ness right there.
That back heel hit Ness's head was the one that connected onto the shield. DM thought that was the opening. He thought he could do something, and then Best Ness just immediately goes in with an up tilt. There was so little that you could actually do there. This is so funny.
Ness's fat little head. This is so funny.
Let me see this. And then
ooh, that was good. Whoa. That was crazy pressure right there. The knowledge to falling back air and up tilt. You don't see a lot of Ness players really whip that out too often.
Not at all, no. But gamers, with that being said, that is actually our